Thank you for joining me today for the Ho'oponopono prayer. This is gift 4 of 52, and I'm inviting you to join me for this healing prayer that has transformed my life. The idea behind the prayer is self-forgiveness. Sometimes we look outside of ourselves to people that have done us wrong or that have harmed us in some way or that have caused trauma or drama in our lives. And when we do that, we hold on to that pain and that suffering. And it serves us. It serves us to create resilience in our experience. It serves us to learn lessons that we need to know in order to get over other things in life. And it serves us to be able to share our story with others so that we can help them get over their traumas in life. There's a reason for everything. It may not feel right, it may not feel comfortable, but there's a reason. God has brought those experiences into your life. And so I invite you to do this prayer as a forgiveness strategy to A, let go of any feelings of anger or resentment toward the person. B, let go of any feelings of anger or resentment toward yourself. Because the truth is, resentment is about us. It's not about the other person. The only thing that resentment does is it poisons ourselves. It does not poison them. It does not fix what they've done. It does not heal anybody in the process. And so this prayer is so important to be able to let go of and release any anger, because anger is slowly eating away at who you are and what you're about. And you're meant for much bigger things. So I welcome you to walk through this prayer with me, with yourself. I'm going to post up here. I'm going to walk you through this guided meditation that made a huge difference in my life, the way that it was walked through with me originally. If you don't already know the Ho'oponopono prayer, it is about forgiveness. You make 4 statements, whether you believe them or not. Doesn't matter whether you believe them. Go ahead and say them anyway. For me, when I first did this, I was sobbing hysterically because it was important. It was really, really valuable work. So if you're in a place where you can do that, great. If you're not, you'll take it for what it's worth and it will heal whatever it's meant to heal in the moment. But I welcome you to visit this prayer when you are by yourself or when you're feeling in a space that you can feel safe enough to just let the emotion release. Release from your body, release from your soul, and allow yourself to heal. That's my wish for you. So, gift 4 of 52, go ahead and enjoy it as much as you can. And I'm grateful that you're here. I invite you to close your eyes and imagine, if you will, a stage. On this stage is a spotlight. As you imagine the empty stage and the spotlight on the stage, I invite you to picture the masculine father figures that have come into your life in whatever form they have revealed themselves. It could be anybody who's living or deceased, anybody who was in your life for a split second or for many, many years. Invite them up onto the stage as a group. Perhaps it was an actual father. Perhaps it was a grandfather. Perhaps it was a spouse's father or grandfather. Perhaps it was an uncle. Maybe it was a sibling or a cousin. Perhaps it was a neighbor. You're just going to invite anybody who was a male role model in your life, somebody who you looked up to, whether you had a good relationship with them or whether you had a strained relationship with them. Invite them up onto the stage of your imagination. As you invite them up onto the stage, you're just going to acknowledge overall, in general, the 4 mantras of the Ho'oponopono prayer. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now, if you feel inclined, you'll take a moment to run through all 4 of these statements with each individual person. In your mind's eye, you'll invite each one of them to step forward and be the only person in the spotlight. And as they step forward, I invite you to repeat, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'll give you a moment to do that with each individual male role model in your life. And now I invite you to introduce or to welcome to the stage all of the motherly figures in your life. Could be your mom, your grandma, a neighbor, a cousin, an aunt, a sibling, anybody who played the motherly role in your life. Invite them all onto the stage. As you imagine all of them up there on the stage, we'll walk through the mantra. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now I invite you to have each one of them step forward into the spotlight so that they are no longer a group, but an individual. And as the individual comes forward, you'll run through each of the mantras with the individual. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now I'll give you a moment to do that with each of the motherly role models in your life. Next, we invite our peers to the stage. Whether they're children that we grew up with in the home, perhaps at school, whether they're neighborhood kids, whether they're cousins, whether they're friends or friends' siblings, any young person or colleague, even a work colleague, that feels like somebody who's a peer to you, somebody who's the same age or about the same age, somebody who feels like the same, essentially, the same. Again, you're inviting people who you loved and potentially people who did you wrong or who you feel may have not treated you as well as you would have liked to be treated. You'll invite them as a group to the stage. You'll imagine them trickling on one by one. And just take a moment to notice who is there. Even if you don't remember their name, just imagine their energy, perhaps their face, maybe how they behaved. And as a group, we're going to say the mantras to the entire collective. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And now we'll walk through that same routine where we invite each one of them individually to step forward into their own spotlight and run through the mantras with each one of them. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'll give you a moment to do that. As a group, I invite you to bring onto the stage now the next set of people, people who had a fringe influence in your experience, perhaps a mail carrier or a grocer or a teacher or somebody who worked at the school office or on the playground or a PE coach or a coach for a sporting team, whoever may have had additional influence in your life who has not already been on the stage. Invite them to join you on the stage. Take a moment to notice who's there, and then walk through the steps of the prayer. For the group, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And now, with each individual person, you'll do the same. They'll step forward into the spotlight, and you'll run through in your mind's eye, one at a time, to run through the 4 mantras. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'll give you a moment to run through all of the individuals who show up for you. Thank you for joining me for the Ho'oponopono forgiveness prayer to release any energy that is no longer serving you. Because as you elevate yourself, as you elevate your soul's journey, you elevate everybody in the process. When you do forgiveness work, you're not only doing it for yourself, you're doing it for the collective consciousness of all of the earth, all of humanity. And it's powerful work. So thank you for doing it. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it healed and felt valuable to you. Bye for now.